I will tell you what, this market is brutal. It is off the rails, but we will get into that here in just a second. Again, hey, tonight is the last night of the sale at Apex. You got to use a code anyways. You might as well use mine. It's ODT. The odds are they'll probably extend the PA fee. They're notorious for it, but I guess we'll find out tomorrow as to what they do. So, hey, let's go ahead and jump into this recap for today. I am going to start out a little different today. I'm actually going to start out on a daily chart because these last few days have been crazy. As you can see, I have moved my zones around a little bit, but today we dropped down to 24,800, right around in that area. And hey, I am telling you what, if we cannot hold this and we break that tomorrow, there is potential. If you'll look to the left here, you got support and resistance. I'm going to say we could go all the way back to 24,400. I mean, we could go that far back, and that is just crazy. I mean, I guess it's time for some type of correction in the market, but this mess is just hard to trade. I'm going to go on down to a hourly chart, and we'll look at it. Let me change my things here. I don't know why it automatically changed the days. This is the same trend lines that I had yesterday, and as you can see on this one right here, we broke through it today and we pushed back up and we're right at it, so it may fail or it may push through. I don't know. But again, even if we do push through, we got to get back above this double bottom here. That's going to be, some pretty good resistance to push through that. But like I said, if we drop tomorrow, I think we can go all the way back down to 24,400, 24,500. I mean, that's just crazy. But we will go ahead and get into today's chart. As you can see, the 5-minute opening range, it was about 160, 170 points or so when the market opened. And believe it or not, I did trade this mess. I had some evals I was trying to pass, and I was trading before the 5-minute opening range was set. And it was a nightmare because it was violent. The candles are so big. I mean, my chart is like it always is. I got it in 10 points apart, and these candles are just enormous. All day there was big candles. But actual trading my funded accounts, when we broke this low, you can see right here, the low of these bodies, I actually did enter a short trade, and I entered another short trade. I mean, this was still inside the 5-minute opening range, and I entered one right here when we broke this red and green candle. I had to order waiting to the downside as well. I figured we would at least make it to the 5-minute opening range. And I'm going to tell you, as soon as you would get in a trade, it would move so fast you was out. But of course, if you traded this mess today, you know just how crazy it was. And then later in the day, I'm going to shrink this down just a little bit. I drew some trend lines. I just connected the tips of the wicks down through here and extended it on out. And I did on the bottom as well. I just connected these two wicks right here. And as you can see, we failed it. I took a trade on that fail when we failed the trend line, and it worked out perfect today. This is a perfect example of a trend line, break and retest, because we broke through it to the downside. We come back, we retested it almost right to it, and it failed again. It pushed back right to it almost, to the dollar, and it failed again. But I'm going to tell you, this market is just crazy to trade, and I done some dumb stuff today. I lost 2 accounts because I was trying to catch the bottom. I mean, I know better than that, but I was doing it anyways because, the market had dropped so far. I was like, hey, we've got to bounce here, and it just never really did. I mean, I just never could get a bounce to play. As far as my profit and loss for today, here's the 2 accounts that I hosed. Again, both of those accounts, same deal. I was trying to guess the bottom. I was trying to catch a falling knife, as they say, and it just would not give it to me. I mean, I don't know why I continuously break my rules, but that is definitely something I have got to work on in 2026. But hey, it's part of it. Again, like I said, the main thing is to stay net green, and you'll be all right. As you can see here I passed 4 more evals today. That will put me up to 15 evals with Apex. I think I'm happy with 15 because trying to pass these evals, I think also hurts me on my funded accounts because I get in this mindset when I am trying to pass evals, I trade them larger size, and I kind of take trades that I normally wouldn't because I am kind of predicting where the market is going to go, and because I just try to get a good entry. But then, I go through and I trade those evals and it gets me in that mindset, and then I swap over to a funded account and you get in your funded account and you get in a trade, and I don't know, it sticks with me for a little bit, and I got to get better about that. So I think for now, I am happy with 15 evals. I don't think I'm going to try to pass no more for a little while. I need to get out of that mindset and get back into focusing on my trading, but sometimes that is easier said than done. But other than that, you can see my profit today, was smoking hot. I'm not going to lie about it. Like I said, you get in a trade in that sucker, it was just moving. The candles were so big. All of it is pretty high. Majority of them is, $400 or $500, 600. So I am happy with that for today. Again, hey, I done some dumb stuff. I knew the sanity wouldn't last forever, but I don't know. I went through this morning trading those evals, and that got my mind, I don't know, that got me sidetracked on that mess. And then when I went to trading, my funded accounts, I blew 2 of them. That's just part of it. I traded larger than I should have. I took a losing trade starting out. I should have stopped. And I knew I should have stopped. But I was like, in that mindset again where I was trading those evals, I was like, I got to get that money back. So I would get in a trade, and you see what happened, it wiped me out. So no excuses there. It's all my fault. I can't blame it on nothing other than myself. But just looking at the chart today, you can tell these candles are just enormous. It was just crazy, and I don't know. I don't know how far we're going to go down. But if we drop again tomorrow, as you can see, look at these candles. That is just crazy, and that is right at close. But there was some earnings coming out. That's 25,060, and that is 24,923. That is a crazy 1 minute candle, but it was like that all day. It was just nuts. And if you was trading with any size today, it didn't take long for it to hit your stop loss or take profit. You just had to be on the right side of the trade. And also in 2026, I don't know, I am kind of fence straddling something here. I would like to copy trade. I would love to be able to get in here and copy trade and just wait for that one setup and maybe trade twice a day and be done. But I also am afraid of copy trading, because if you get in here and this system glitches, you get in a trade and can't get out or whatever, you got a possibility of blowing all your accounts at one time. And on the other hand, trying to rotate through these accounts, like I said, hey, I got bad nerves, anxiety. That just makes it worse trying to rotate through all these accounts, because, hey, I'm going to tell you, it is hard to rotate through this many accounts and all of them be green. It's not possible. I've been lucky some. I think it would be easier if I could just copy trade and maybe trade a couple of times a day as to try to, rotate through all these accounts. So I don't know. That is something I am going to have to figure out going forward. But I am, terrified of getting in a bad trade and it wiping me out all at one time. I don't know. That's something I'm going to have to figure out and deal with myself. But again, tonight is the last night Apex is having their sale, 90% off. $75 activation fee. And hey, we will try this again tomorrow. It's just a madhouse here lately. There's no doubt about it. But hey, if you don't care, just hit that like and subscribe button. And thank you all for watching, and I will catch you tomorrow.